with this, so let's go through it quickly. So we have Mr. Detroit, who decides to invest amount of money at a rate of 9% per annum, and lucky for us, it's compounded annually. He would like to have 70,000 Rand after 6 years. So, how much should he invest now? Okay, first of all, we start with our formula. If my pen can work, that would be wonderful. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is obviously compound interest, we have been told. And because it's compounded annually, I'm just basically going to do the one that is uncomplicated, okay? The one that doesn't have the times and the divide and all of that. So A is equal to the principal amount, open bracket 1 plus your interest rate to the power of the number of years. Wonderful. So out of these variables, I see Abu has already answered me. We are looking for P, the principal amount. We want to know how much Mr. Detroit decides to invest or has to invest in order to get the 70,000 Rand after 6 years. Okay. So my 70,000 is the accumulated amount that I want to end up with next year, well, in 6 years, is equal to the principal, which we don't know, 1 plus, and my interest rate is 9% per annum. So you can either write it as 9%, 9 over 100, or 0.09 to the power of the number of years, which is 6. Okay, now let's see if we can work this out. Firstly, I would like to work out all of this. Oh, Abu already has an answer, but I was going to start there, right? So I was going to start there because then you need to divide 70,000 by this whole bracket. And if you have done it, can we have more confirmations of what the answer is, please? I also have my calculator here just to check. 0.09. And then you say 70,000 Rand divided by that. So yes. So you divide it by this whole bracket. And it gives you that P will be equal to 41,738 Rand and 71 cents. Lovely. So it looks like we're all sorted. We're all sorted. Okay. So welcome, guys. I'm Teacher Kat. If you haven't met me yet, I'm hoping you guys have. I've just realized my camera was off the whole entire time. I was smiling for you guys and my camera was off. But it's okay. It's okay. All right. I'm Teacher Kat and I'm just here for you guys today. So today we're covering hire purchase. Now, this is usually when people want to buy a large ticket item, not like a car, but I mean, you can use hire purchase for a car, but we'll get there. Okay. So it's a system where you first take out a deposit. Okay, just to be like, yes, I want this. And then you repay the rest of the balance on monthly installments, regular installments rather. All right, so we're going to look at how that goes. So some things you might buy with hire purchase is maybe a television, a fridge, and all of that. Okay. So let's see. Hire purchase is a system in which the buyer pays for something in installments while already possessing it. So, I mean, even if you're going to buy a TV by hire purchase, they don't keep it in the shop until you're done paying. No, they give it to you and they're like, cool, there's your TV, enjoy. And then during the repayment period, the buyer does not own it. So at any point, if you stop making those payments, they can repossess that item, right? And then the money you paid will be seen as like a rental. I don't know how many of you guys watch Judge Judy, but I am so obsessed with Judge Judy, guys. So they'll be like, well, you made use of it for those months, so we're not gonna repay you. All right. The buyer only takes ownership once the whole loan has been paid in full. Now, hire purchase is calculated over 3 steps. And I see Abu has one of my steps in the chat already. Step 1 is to calculate the deposit. So they'll give you a percentage. Calculate the deposit. See, I see a question in the chat. Let me read it. What if you break the TV? You keep paying. Unfortunately, that's how it works, even with car payments. If I know someone recently who bought a new car and it was crashed, if it's stolen, then you need to have insurance, homeowners insurance. See, life, guys, life as an adult is messy, messy, messy. Ask me, I know. So if it if it is stolen, you should have homeowners insurance who will pay you the value of that item. Okay, so step one, calculate the deposit. Once you have your deposit as rands, well, in rands, you subtract it from the principal amount. So you subtract deposit from the principal amount. Great. And then after that, you will use your simple interest formula. Okay. Hire purchase is calculated on simple interest. So your third step is to apply your simple interest formula on the balance. Okay. So on whatever is left, you need to calculate the accumulated amount, because obviously they charge you interest because it's a loan, right? You're making use of something that you cannot afford yet. So they will charge you simple interest. And then obviously to find out your monthly payments, you will divide it by how many months are in that time period. So let us put it into practice. The first one says Vanessa buys a laptop that costs 16,000 rands. And we are assuming for this purpose that she does not have 16,000 rands just lying around. Okay, she pays a 10% deposit and then takes out a 24-month hire purchase loan on the balance. Okay, the interest rate is charged at 22% per annum simple interest. Calculate her monthly repayments and then what she will actually pay for the computer, because you end up paying much more than you would have if you had the 16,000. So what was step one, guys? What did I say step one was for this lesson? Step one is, yes, we need to find out the deposit. So how much does she pay for deposit? So that would be 10% of 16,000 rand, and that is how much? Times 10%. I'm writing like a toddler here. I don't know why my handwriting looks like that. And if you just take off 10, that would be 1,600 rands. So she pays 1,600 rands in advance. Okay. Then what is left is the one that is going to be charged on. That is going to be charged interest on. So you have to say, so then the loan amount is the 16,000 rands minus what I have already paid, which is 1,600, and my loan amount will then be 14,400 rands. Now that is what you use in your formula to find out what the amount ends up being. Okay, so let's go. Our formula, accumulated amount is the principal 1 times IN. Great. Our principal amount, which of these two is the principal amount? Which of these two is the principal amount? Of those two. Of these two, the principal amount between 16,000 and 14,400, which one is the principal amount? That would be the 14,400, because that's actually what she's borrowing. Okay. So it's 14,400 multiplied by 1 plus my interest rate is 22%. I almost fell into a very big trap there. You need to be careful with your percentages to use the right one. Okay, so it's 22% times, how long is it? How long are we going to be borrowing this money? 2 years. Great. Times 2. And Abu already has an answer for me, and the answer is 20,736. Can we have checkers, please? Because I don't have time to keep you know, lifting the calculator and fixing and lifting and fixing. Great, we have a checker, it's good. But that's not what they asked us. They said to us, calculate her monthly payments. So what do we do with this 20,000 Rand that we just found out here? We divide it by 24, and Abu has an answer for us already. Okay, we divided by 24 because that's how much you pay overall. So then you're going to pay this off in installments of 24 months divided by 24. That means our monthly repayment is 864 rands. Now there's a second part to this question that says, what will she actually pay for the laptop? What will she actually pay? Is the 20,000 Rand the only amount she actually paid for this laptop? No. What do we have to do? So I'm going to write your actual amount. Excuse me writing everywhere, but space purposes, right? There we go. So in total, this person pays 1,600 plus the loan amount, 736, and that gives us 22,000, guys. 336 for a laptop that costs 16,000 rands. Higher purchase is a nightmare. Okay, but do we get it, guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we understanding how higher purchase works? Let me actually zoom out so you can take a screenshot if you're taking screenshots. All right. I know, for a freaking laptop. Ah, Narisha, I don't know what yesn't means. Is that a yes or a no? I didn't even look at the thumbs up, thumbs down. But if you have a question, guys, please don't be shy. Just speak out. Okay. Let's look at Mike, who buys a mobile phone costing 8,000 Rand on HP or higher purchase, pays a deposit of 800 Rand, then pays 36 monthly installment payments of 344 Rand. Calculate simple interest. So in this case, we're looking for the variable I. Okay, they've given us all the other information that we need here. So we know that this mobile phone costs 8,000 Rand, but that's not our principal amount because we know that Mike pays a deposit of 800 Rand. So then the actual loan amount is how much? It's your 8,000, the total amount, minus the 800, which is 7,200. Great. So that is how much he is actually going to take out on the loan. And then we know that he pays 36 monthly payments of 334. We need to know how much that is in total. Okay. So in total, this person pays, they already told us our accumulated amount, and that is the 344 rands times 36 months, because that's how long he is going to pay for this phone. Okay, so what's the 344 times 36? That will be 12,384. I don't know what the 36 after means. Oh, I see. I see now. I'm with you. Great. So now we have accumulated amount. We have loan amount. And we have the number of years, which is what? We have the number of years that they have given us here, which is 3 years. Okay, 36 months is the equivalent of 3 years. So in your formula, you then plug in. Okay, I'm a fan of writing formulas. I have to write the formula. Here's the 12,384. Okay, remember we're calculating the simple interest here. The interest rate. So they told us that A is 12,384, and we know that P, the principal amount, is 7,200. So we need to substitute it all in there and get Oh, so no cents. That's what you are asking. I'm generally not strict with it. I know it's to two decimal places. So far, we haven't had cents at all. What I usually say to my kids is be consistent. Okay, be consistent. If you're going to be doing two decimal places, then you have to do them in the whole paper. And chances are you will get cents in your exam. Okay, so you can do it just to be safe. I'm generally not strict with it when I mark, but if that's how your teacher told you to do it, then please stick to it. Okay, so then my accumulated is 12,384 is equal to 7,200 times 1 plus the interest rate, which we don't know, and 3 years. Great. Firstly, we're going to divide both sides by 7,200. Guys, algebra follows us everywhere. It literally follows us everywhere. Okay, what happens if we divide both sides by 7,200? Let's check. I know you guys already have the answer. 12,384 divided by 7,200. This gives you 1,72. Okay, minus 1. So it's 0.72 divided by 3 on both sides. And therefore, my interest rate is equal to, I is equal to, divided by 0.72 divided by 3. 24, but remember that is not as a percentage, that's a decimal. So therefore the percentage is, well, 0.24, 24%. Okay, no, I didn't, Narisha. Why? Miss Simone did. Okay, guys, we're good. Now I see exercise, which means it's your turn to do it. It's your turn to do it. All right. So here we go. Where is Michael Jackson? I don't know. I haven't seen Michael Jackson in a while, in a very long time. Oh, I missed him then because I wasn't there. Okay, let's look at David, who buys a computer. Ew, these people are buying a lot of laptops and computers, hey? Lately, they're buying a lot of laptops and computers. That costs 17,000 Rand this time. He takes out a 36-month hire purchase agreement with a deposit of 10%, and the interest is charged on 14% per annum simple interest. So the first thing they're asking is his monthly payments and what he actually pays for the laptop. Okay, let's get going. Fastest fingers first. Who is going to be the first person? Alvin broke the other laptops. I don't know who Alvin is, but it sounds like he could break laptops. Let's get going. Great. Abu already has deposit for us. Thank you. That's 17,000 Rand times 10%, which is 1,700, which means my loan amount is the 17,000 minus 1,700. Okay, and this will give me 15,000. Yes, 300. Great. So let's go ahead and figure out what our accumulated amount is from here. So my principal is 15,300. I say 15 and I write 13. Anyone else's brain a fog? 15,300. 1 plus the interest was what? 0.14 times 36 months, which is 3. Great. Anyone have an answer for me? 21,726. 726. Great. But what they asked Okay, but before we do that, Narisha, we first have to figure out the monthly repayments. Remember, the monthly repayments do not include the deposit. Okay, so I'm first dealing with what will his monthly repayments be, and then I'll move on to, yeah, but there's 3 different answers here. So let's check. Let's check, guys. Let us check without deposit, just the accumulated amount. Your 5 looks like a 9. This one, that didn't make it any better. Okay, let's try and fix our handwriting here. But I told you guys my handwriting looks a little bit strange today. Okay, so it's 23,426. That's why I should have my own calculator, but you know, yeah. So it's 23,426. Great. Now we look for our monthly installment. So we're going to divide this by 36, since this is a 36-month purchase. So it's 23,426 divided by 36. And my monthly repayments are, what is happening? Why did you add? Don't add the 1,700, guys. What is the amount, guys, without the deposit? Let's go back. The amount without the deposit. Okay, let me see. +1. Oh, no, I was first dealing with monthly payments. Okay, we haven't added the deposit yet. Monthly, the accumulated amount, that does not include deposits. So this then is 21,726. Great. This is where we're going to figure out our monthly payments. So we're going to say 21,726 divided by, you were 36. Great. So what are our monthly repayments? 21,726 divided by 36. 603 Rand 15 cents. 50 cents. Great. So the first part is answered, this guy. Now when you say, what does he actually pay? Now we're going to add. Okay, guys, we must follow each other. 726 plus 1,700 was my deposit. And now we have Abu's answer, which was 23,426 for a 17,000 Rand laptop. Ooh. Interest is not a joke, né? Okay, a tablet with Wi-Fi. With Wi-Fi, I know. But that's why if you can take out a deposit, guys, you must take out the deposit because it decreases how much interest they charge on you. I know, this was probably from long ago. Mark buys tablets and hire purchase and agrees to pay a deposit of 1,500 with 36 monthly payments of 350. We're not that old, guys. Calculate the simple interest paid, as in rands, and the rate of simple interest. Okay, let's see. So the deposit is 1,500 and he repaid 36 months of 350 Rand. So let's first find out what the accumulated amount was, which is 350 Rands times the amount of months that he paid. And what does that give me? Is that the answer I'm seeing with Sanele there? 9,079. Great. So this is how much he borrowed. Well, he ended up paying back, right? So to find, I'm going to write my formula up here because my brain doesn't work without the formula. P1 plus interest times N closed. Okay, so it costs 10,579, which is The deposit is 1,500 rand. It's not 10,579, right? Yes. The deposit is 1,500 rands. This is how much the person ended up paying, which is that guy. Okay, it's that guy. Guys, okay, let's all come back together. Let's all come back together, okay? 350 times 36 is what he ended up paying back, which is the accumulated amount. Are we with me? Right? So what is 350 times 36? How did we get 9,000, guys? You guys are stressing me. That's 12,600. I need to do my own calculations. I have trust issues now. You guys are stressing me. Great. So this is A. I'm going to write it in brackets. A. Whoo! Everyone is with me. Great. Let's find out P, which is the principal amount. And how do we find out the principal amount? Now we subtract, because you're going to say it is what the cost was, which was 10,579, minus the deposit, which was 1,500. Are we with me, guys? Because what he borrowed is this. We must be with me, guys. We must cooperate. So this is my principal amount. Great. Do we have the interest rate? No, that's what we're working out. And we have 36 months or 3 years for N. Now let's substitute. Accumulated amount, 12,600. The original borrowed amount, 9,000 and... Oh, okay, okay. But guys, you mustn't run ahead. When I say what is the 350 times 36, you must tell me 350 times 36, not the next step, okay? Otherwise, we all get confused. Because I'm not calculating on my side. So I'm trusting everything you guys are telling me here. Right, great. So let's get working. Let's get working. So we're going to divide this first by 9079 to get rid of that 9079. And I'm going to calculate. And stop blaming you guys. Ne? I must just calculate also. And this is 1,387,81804, which we're going to minus 1 from and divide by 3. Yes, and yes, Abu, I also got... Well, I got 12,927, blah, 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 blah. It didn't say how much we need to round this off. Okay. 12927, blah, blah, blah. And then to get the interest rate, you multiply this by 100. So it is 12.9%, which is 13%. Okay. So that's how much it is. So we did simple interest paid and the rate of simple interest. So if we have the rate, we can calculate how much simple interest was paid in money. That actually, it's not that big of a deal. How can we calculate it? It's just a little sum here. 12,600 minus what you borrowed. What is 12,600 minus 9,079? I need to learn how to speak. That means this person was charged 3,521 rands in interest. Okay, there was a lot going on there. Can I have a thumbs up, thumbs down? I haven't had a check-in in a while. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Short stuff. Yeah. You'll find out when you get there. Don't be so eager. At the end of the lesson, Narisha, if you want to stay, I can show you a notebook I have of grade 12. Then you'll see what's happening there. Is that a deal? Is it a deal? Okay. Great. Belinda buys a flat screen plasma television costing a whole 20,000 rands, guys. I'm sure when you're watching this, you feel like you're in the cinema. She traded in an old television for 3,000 and paid a deposit of 2,000. The balance was paid by monthly installments of 900 over 2 years. Calculate the total simple interest. Okay, now we have one new thing over here, which is trading in. What happens with that trade in? What are we going to do with that amount of trade in? What do we think? So when you're trading in, you're just giving them something old for something that is much newer. So they subtract that value of the old thing from the one that you are buying. Okay. So if it costs 20,000 rands, you first minus the trade in value, which is 3,000 rands. Okay. And then he also paid another 2,000 rands. Are we with me on this one, guys? So actually, the loan amount was just 15,000 rands. Are we with me on this one? So when you trade in, they take, it's like iPhone. iPhone does that. I know they do that a lot. They say, give us your old iPhones and we'll give you a new iPhone. But then they only give you like 500 bucks for your iPhone. Yeah. But you guys get what I mean. I'm not catching feelings. I'm not catching feelings. Okay, then the balance. Yeah. Have you tried to trade in your iPhone? You must go see how much they're actually willing to give you. It's actually ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Go to iStore and try to trade it in. You must see what they're going to give you. Shocking. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. So it's paid. So this is our loan amount, the principal, which is 15,000. Let's see what our accumulated amount is, which is what he actually paid. And we know that because it's 900 bucks over a period of 2 years. So that's times how many months? He's paying 900 rand monthly for 24 months. That's true. So how much was the accumulated amount? There we go. 21,600. 1,800 seems very little. Remember, Sanele, be careful. You have to do it over months. So you can't say times 2. Okay, you need to convert this to months. So you say 2 times 12, and that tells you that this is 24 months. All right. Yeah. Rather you make the mistake here than in a paper. That's what I always say. Okay. You rather make it here so that when you're writing a question paper, you look out for it so you won't repeat it. Great. So in the papers, you guys have so much anxiety. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It scares me. But I get it. I was also a very anxious child. By the way, this is my 10th anniversary of being out of school. Boo, 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 boo. I was in school. I was in matric 2014. Okay. My interest and N is 2. Thank you. Thank you. Count back, Sanele. Count back. 10 years. How old are people in matric? And then you add 10 years from there. That's how old I am. Which means, yes, you guys are good. You guys are good. Okay, guys. So let's get going with this one. You divide both sides by 15,000. 15,000. Let's see. 21,600 divided by 15. That is 1,44 plus I times 2. This we can do in one step, okay? You minus 1, which gives you 0,44. and then you divide by 2. What's my interest rate, lovelies? I almost wrote, guys, is it just muscle memory? But as soon as I write therefore, the first thing that happens is I write x. Did you see what I just did there? I was like, therefore x. I'm like, no, 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 we're not solving for x, which is 22%. It's like muscle memory. And then to calculate your interest paid, we just do the minusing story, right? What you paid minus what it was worth. And how much is that? 21,600 minus 15,000. That should be 6,600. Let's hear, guys. Great. At least my brain is trying, né? It's trying. It's trying. All right. Let's go. Geez, we're moving. We're moving. Ayanda wants to buy a car. Finally, we speak about cars, guys. It's been TVs and laptops and all of that. And can afford to pay 4,899 Rand per month. A car dealership offers a payment plan over 72 months at simple interest of 10.5% per annum. What is the price of the car that she can afford to buy? Oh, interesting. So we know that the monthly repayments are going to be 4,899 per month for 72 months. So let's see what the accumulated amount is. Accumulated amount, if this person pays 4,899 over 72 months, that's sort of how life is, guys. Wait till you become adults. You think matric is rough? Oh. But yes, what's 4,899 times 72? Okay, there's no spaces, but I think I can see what it is. 352,728. So that's the accumulated amount. Okay. And she could get a decent car, I think. I think she could get a decent car. Okay. Now, the dealership offered 10%, 10.5%. I'm going to write my formula here. IN. Wow. So, at the end, and ends up paying this 728. The principal amount is the one they want us to figure out. 1 plus my interest rate is 10.5%. Over 72 months, which is how many years? 5. Nope, 6. 6 years. Right, let's get working. Let's get working. Okay. Three, 5, 2, 7, 2, 8. Okay, I have an amount and it is the same as Abu's amount. So you're just going to divide this by the whole bracket, okay? Times 6 times 6. And on this side as well. Guys, I swear my handwriting is not this bad usually. I don't know what's happening. You guys make me nervous. You guys make me nervous. Times 6. And therefore, you get your principal amount, which is, you should try the lessons on Thursdays that I have. Oh my goodness. By the time I get there, I'm done. Like I'm dusted. Okay, so this car costs 216,397 rands and 55 cents. No, it's not a quarter of a million. I was about to lie. I think Tuesdays and Thursdays is worse. I'd rather finish this on Wednesday because Thursday, you're tired, it's the end of the week. And we are on to our last question, and we're talking about James. So James wants a sound system. Woo, that requires only a deposit of 2,000 Rand and then 6 monthly payments of 3,375. If the price of a sound system is 20,000 Rand, calculate the total simple interest and simple interest paid. Okay, so let's first find out what the accumulated amount is, because James is going to be paying 3,375 Rand for 6 months. And that is how much? Yeah, I know. I'm just like, James, for a sound system. But we know, you don't know, guys. Some people love music more than I do, certainly. 3,375 times 6. So James is gonna pay 20,000. Okay, we're not judging James. Okay, we're not judging James. This is how much James is going to pay. If the price is, so this is A and principal is 20,000. Let's get substituting. A is equal to P, 1 plus interest times the amount of time. Okay, so we know A. Okay, well, James doesn't actually pay that much interest. Oh, but there was a deposit. I forgot there was a deposit. 20,000, 1 plus the interest rate is what we want. Now I'm going to ask you guys about N. What is N for this case? Yes, Abu. Remember, your N is in terms of years. Okay, so you take whatever is there and you divide it by 12, because that's how many months there are in a year. And this will give you 0,5. Don't make the mistake of substituting the 6. Okay, don't make the mistake. So it's times 0,5. Again, we're doing the whole division thing. First, I'm going to divide both sides by 20,000. 20,000. And that's going to give me, let's see, 2,250. That's 1,0125, and I'm going to minus 1 from that. So I'm going to end up with 0,0125 is equal to 0,5 times I. And then Abu, our answers are different. Maybe I made a mistake. Let's check. Let's check. Divided by 20,000. Yes, equals that. And then you subtract 1 equals that. You forgot to divide by 0,25. Abu, did you divide? Because I get 0,10125. 0,5. Maybe I should divide it and stop asking questions. We got the answer. Therefore, I is 0,025. Times by 100 for your rate. I'm obviously very tired. It's time to call it a day. Which is 122,5%.